Go from like a tiny bit of recoil to none, which is really nice. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So hello gamers and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be ranking every single 223 Remington ammo type. In Phantom Forces, make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. But yeah, let's get into it. So 223 basically overall, except for on a couple of guns, and I'll get to those later in this video. Essentially what it does is it will lower your recoil but lower your damage and your velocity. And depending on which gun you're using it with, it can have some pretty drastic effects. One of the biggest guns I see 223 Remington on is the Scar L. So with this you will get lower velocity and lower damage, lower recoil. The thing about the Scar L though is that it doesn't really have a lot of recoil to begin with. It's already a super accurate gun, and what you lose with this is basically you can't 3-shot kill as easily, and you can't 4-shot kill at any range. You go down to a 5-hit kill over range, which is kind of pretty bad, and your upsides are really not that great. So this one is actually going to be getting a 2 out of 5. We never even got an extended mag before. There's really never any reason to use 223, but for some reason this is super popular of an ammo type on the Scar L. Just don't use it. Make sure to watch until the end though, and like the video, because yes, there will be some actually really good guns with 223. Next up you have the AUG A1. AUG A1 is also super accurate, however, this will still be a 4 to a 5 shot with 223. You lose a bit of opportunity to get a 3-shot with headshots and things, and you lose some velocity and 4-hit kill range. However, you become extremely accurate with this. I actually kind of recommend this one. I'd give it probably a 3 out of 5. Scar L223 is pretty not great because you lose that 4-hit kill, which is pretty much the only reason to use the Scar L. AUG A1 has better RPM and is already going to be a 5-hit kill over range. So using 223 is not too bad. It's not the best gun to use 223. Next up, we have the M16A4. This used to be pretty trash with the 223 ammo type. Even though you got an extended mag, you lost your 3-hit kill up close and your 5-hit kill all ranges, and you don't really gain much because the M16A4 is already super accurate. But at least before you got an extended mag, now you don't even get that. So this is going to be a 1 out of 5. This is an awful conversion. Do not ever use 223 on the M16A4. It's very bad. Next up, we have the G36. The G36 used to kind of suck with 223 because it was a 4-hit kill at any range, but now it's actually going to be a 5-hit kill at longer ranges. So it's actually really effective to run 223 because now it's going to be a 4 to a 5 shot, but you get lower recoil. So yeah, you do lose quite a bit of 4-hit kill range, but it's also got really high velocity, so the velocity downgrade isn't too bad, and you get better recoil. So this one is actually going to be getting a 4 out of 5. Before it would have sucked and probably been like a 2 out of 5, but now it's actually really good if you want the lower recoil, because unlike the AUG A1, unlike the Scar L, this actually has not great recoil. It's still pretty accurate, but it's not super accurate. So I could really see why somebody would want to run the 223 Remington ammo type. Yeah, you lose some velocity, but like for some reason the G36 has extremely high velocity already, 2700 instead of 2500, and with 223 you only lose about 2 to 300, which means you have still 2500 about, which is still really great, and you have better recoil. So yeah, I would actually recommend this. Not always. I do recommend AP over it a little bit because AP doesn't really have as much of an effect on your 4-hit kill range, and of course it doesn't lower your damage or velocity, but it doesn't lower recoil. So if you want lower recoil, this is a great option. It makes the gun significantly better in terms of accuracy, which is never bad. Next up you have the M16A3, which used to be like the premier extended mag 223 gun. Now it doesn't get that. However, it does get really good recoil, I'm not gonna lie. Using 223 on this gun makes it really smooth out the recoil. You do actually have a 6-shot kill over range, which is not really that great at all, but it is 19.8 damage, so with 1 headshot you can 5-shot kill all ranges, and the velocity is still really good. Once again, better than the AUG. I don't know why, and because it has pretty high maximum damage, unlike most of the guns we've seen so far, except the Scar L. It still does 30 damage to the body in close range, which means you can probably still get the 3-hit kills with the headshots, and honestly this one is going to be getting a 5 out of 5. This is probably not a direct upgrade to the default ammo, but it makes the recoil significantly better, and it's still probably the best ammo type you can run on this gun, except for of course 2545 or in some cases 762. All those are really good ammo types, but 223 is probably the one I recommend overall the most. You keep your 30-round magazine and you still have a pretty fast reload time, but you also get that extra recoil control, which can help you if you're really not that great at the game. Extremely generic gun, but it is good, you know? It's not like a trash gun. It does what it does really well. This guy's running 223 right now. Next up, we have the Type 20. The Type 20 gets a 20-round mag with 223 and a faster reload time, which is different from most other 223 Remington ammo types. This feature is actually getting removed pretty soon, but maybe not. We'll have to see. You get a very fast reload of 1.7 seconds. So it's kind of like 20 tact meets 223 Remington. You do get lower damage, but because you have a slight torso multi, you can still 3-shot to the torso, just not to the limbs, but you do lose your 2-hit kill to the head, I believe, which is really not that great. and you're not going to 3-hit kill as much. You also have lower velocity, of course, and you can't really 4-shot at long range anymore without getting a bunch of headshots. So it's not really going to be the best overall for your hits to kill, but if you want a faster reload time and lower recoil, then this is actually a pretty good ammo type. Even after they removed the smaller magazine and faster reload, you'll still have the 30-round magazine, which is good, and they'll give it a better torso multi, so maybe it will be better to use this than it would be otherwise. It's still going to be a 5-hit kill at range, which is not too bad, but you had an opportunity for a 4-hit kill all ranges before. But the main thing here is definitely the reload speed. I think the reload speed is really good, and if you want that faster reload, it is definitely worth it. But of course, you have quite a bit worse damage, especially in close range. I don't like the opportunity of 4-hit killing with 650 RPM because that's not really the best in terms of damage, and you may as well just use like Scar L at that point, but still really good. A great gun overall. I'd give this one a 5 out of 5. Definitely a very great conversion to use on the gun. But next up, we have the AUG A2, which is already really accurate and is a 3 to a 5 hit. However, the damage over range isn't quite as good. And with 223, it's a 4 to a 6 hit, so you lose a ton of damage, and it's already extremely accurate, so it doesn't really matter too much. You use 223 and you lose so much, so I don't really recommend this one at all. It's a 1 out of 5. Sure, you can make up your hits to kill with headshots, but you can't really beam people with a 3-hit kill to the body anymore. Of course, it's still the AUG A2, so it's still really good, but I would do significantly better with that 3-hit kill to the body, so I would not give this one a pass. It's a 1 out of 5. It's very bad. But then next up, we have the K2. The K2 does have a torso multiplier and a great min damage range, but with this, you do have a 6-shot, even with torsos, at long range, which is not good at all, and it might still 3-hit kill to the body, but it's going to be a lot more difficult now. Probably requires all 3 torso shots to be a 3-hit kill. It is going to be more accurate with 223, but I don't really recommend this one as much. The worst velocity is also annoying. I give this one probably a 2 out of 5. It's alright. The FAMAS F1 with 223 is basically a 3 to a 5 shot down to a 4 to 6, so very bad. Definitely a 1 out of 5, but if you run FAMAS G2, you get a 4 to a 6 shot. However, the gun was already a 4 to a 5 shot, and you get better recoil, so this is actually going to be a 3 out of 5. I definitely prefer hollow point because you get the 3 shot up close, but the thing about the FAMAS G2 is that it doesn't have a 3 shot already, so a 4 to a 6 shot instead of a 4 to a 5 shot is not too bad, especially if you want to have a little bit better recoil. I don't prefer to use it, but that's just my opinion. I could definitely see why you would. I definitely just prefer to have a 5 shot over range and also just have a little bit better velocity, but it is definitely a bit more accurate, which is not too bad. I don't really find the FAMAS G2 to have that much recoil, which is kind of strange because like it fires that fast. It has K7 RPM, but it's a 556, which it should be a lot more inaccurate than it is, but it's not. It's still really accurate. FAMAS G2 with 223 will get a 4 out of 5. It's not perfect. It's not amazing, but it's not too bad either. AUG A3 with 223 gets a 6-hit kill over range, and it also is pretty accurate to begin with. Not too bad because you don't lose a 3-hit kill because it never had one, but in the test place, it's going to have one, so it will go down to like a 1 out of 5, but right now, it's like a 2 out of 5. It is more accurate, but it doesn't really matter. Like, it's the AUG A3. I think because the L85 is a little bit like the G36, that you probably want to use 223. The thing about the L85 though is that it does significantly less close range damage, so it actually drops its hits to kill a lot quicker. It has better ranges, sure, but when you remove that 24 damage and lower it to 21, it's actually going to lose its 4-hit kill really quickly, and it's also a lot more accurate than the G36 to begin with, so this will be getting a 2 out of 5. It's still usable. It can 5-hit kill all ranges, which is not too bad. It also has a little bit less velocity than the G36. It doesn't really hold up its velocity as well. The HK416 has a great max damage range, just 23 min as well, which means it's still going to be a 4 to a 5 hit with 223 or not. And honestly, every ammo type but tracerless is very good on the HK416, so I do recommend 223 overall if you want better recoil. I'd honestly give it a 4 out of 5. It just improves the accuracy a little bit, which is definitely good on a gun that's not very accurate to begin with. The TAR-21 also has 223. It has better accuracy, and it also, since it has a torso multi and 19.8 min, it's actually still going to be a 5-hit kill at all ranges and a 4-hit kill up close. You lose a little bit of like ranges and stuff, but like because it has such great multis, 223 is actually really good on the TAR-21. I kind of recommend it. I give it a 5 out of 5 because it doesn't really have a massive effect, and also the TAR-21 is a bit inaccurate. You know, it's really helpful to use a 223 Remington type ammo type on a gun that has just a little bit of like strange RNG recoil and isn't already pretty much a laser beam like a lot of the 5.56 assault rifles. And yeah, I definitely recommend this one. Not fully, you can still technically 6-hit kill, but it's just very difficult to, because if you hit like 1 or 2 torso shots, it's going to be a 5-hit, which is really not too bad. And I definitely recommend this if you're not running duplex. I do definitely recommend this ammo type on this gun. It's very good. Next up, we got 223 on the M231. Before, it did give you an extended mag, but it gave you about, you know, 4 to a 6 shot. It still gives you a 4 to a 6 shot, but the default gun no longer has a 3-hit kill up close. So this is actually going to be a decent ammo type. I give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah, it's going to be a 6-hit kill over range, and it's going to have less velocity, right? However, lower recoil on a gun with this much recoil, that's really for close range anyway, is actually going to be a lot better. You have less opportunity to 3-hit kill with headshots and stuff, but like you have better recoil, and long range wise it doesn't really matter. But now you can actually, because of the recoil, extend your hits to kill a little bit further, because you can actually use it at like medium range with this conversion. 223 on the C7 is pretty good. You lose some 5-hit kill range, some 4-hit kill range, but you get better recoil. But the thing is, 20 tact is kind of better overall. I give it a 4 out of 5. It's probably better than nothing, but 20 tact kind of beats it out a lot. 223 on the G36C is kind of meh. You get a 6-hit kill at range, and it's kind of got trash ranges, so I'd probably give that one 2 out of 5. The Colt LMG has a torso multi, but that will be getting removed. However, with 223 and the torso multi, you can actually still 3-hit kill torso and 5-hit kill torso over range, and you get better recoil. This is a 5 out of 5. I don't really use it myself, but I could see why you would, because you kind of have the same hits to kill, but you just have a little bit less recoil, and I can definitely see why people love it so much. It definitely extends the range that this gun is super effective and can beam. All gauge bar has tons of velocity already, and 223 turns it from like a little bit of camera recoil to non-existent recoil, so this is definitely another 5 out of 5. It does reduce your 4-hit kill range a little bit, but it couldn't 4-hit kill all ranges anymore to begin with, or 3-hit kill close range, so it doesn't really matter, and you just have like a little bit better recoil, you know? Go from like a tiny bit of recoil to none, which is really nice. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. MG36 223 has a 4 to 5 hit. It would be a 5 out of 5. They are going to be nerfing it, but right now it is a 5 out of 5. I do recommend it. The L86 is definitely another 5 out of 5. You get a 4 to a 5 hit instead of a 3 to a 5 hit, and you have less opportunity to 4-hit kill at any range, but you get a 50-round extended mag, and it's the only gun that still has an extended magazine, even though it's probably the best one when they removed the 223 extended mag, which is super weird. The Scar Hammer with 223 can still 3 to 5 hit, but not quite as well, and it's already super accurate. I can see why you would use this, but I don't personally. So that would be probably a 4 out of 5. SL8 223 is alright. There's still a 3 to a 4 shot, and you can still 2-shot headshot, but you lose so much damage and a lot of your velocity. M4A1 223 is don't use it. It's probably like a 2 out of 5. P36K 223 is probably like a 1 out of 5. Definitely don't use that one. L2A3 223 is actually not too bad, because it's still a 4 to a 5 hit kill, and the ranges are pretty bad already, so it doesn't really reduce your 4-hit kill range by that much. 223 on the Scar PDW will be getting nerfed pretty soon, but right now it's still a 3 to a 6 shot, which is pretty cool. However, you do lose your 2-hit kill to the head with 223, but you get better recoil, so that's probably a 4 out of 5. 223 on the K1A is super good right now. It is going to be getting a nerf. However, it's going to be a 4 to 6 shot with lower recoil. It's a 5 out of 5. I really recommend that one. C8A2 is really bad with 223. Yeah, you get better recoil, but you have a 7-hit kill at range, which is pretty bad. This gun has all right ranges, but not amazing ranges, to the point where you wouldn't even notice a 6-shot. You're going to notice a 6-shot kill. And we have Can Cannon 223, which basically gives you 50 rounds. However, you get less velocity and pen. That really depends on which ammo type you're using, but overall, I don't really recommend this one too much. It's actually significantly better to just run, you know, like 50 Beowulf blank, 7.62 or none, because like it's bad for velocity. Yeah, you get 50 rounds, but you don't really need that, because this gun is already reloading to begin with, and also you have this kind of reload, which is not that great. Saiga 12 actually has 223 that's a little bit different. You get a 40-round magazine, but only 80 reserve ammo. You have 30 to 24 damage, so great damage over range, but pretty bad damage up close, and also not very great RPM. The reserve ammo is kind of puny, but you do get 24 over range, which is pretty good. Like, you hold up damage pretty well. That'll probably be like a 3 out of 5. I'd probably take 7.62 birdshot or like fléchette even over that. We have the Saiga 12U with 223, which is actually kind of crap. You get 34 to 23, so you do get a 3-hit kill, which is funny because the base ammo doesn't have that. You get pretty good velocity, and you get 10 bullets and 650 RPM. Basically a micro assault rifle. It's actually kind of cracked. It is only a 10-round magazine, but really fast reload and a 3 to a 5-hit kill. It's basically just a baby assault rifle. It's more of an assault rifle than literally every other secondary in the game. You could say something like the Glock 18 is like an assault rifle, because like it's got 30 bullets and stuff, right? But this is statistically so similar to an assault rifle, damage-wise, even ranges-wise. It's actually pretty good. It just has like an extra 20 tact conversion, or 25-45, where it just has like such a tiny magazine. It holds up damage really well. The ranges are actually pretty good, 40 to 100. The velocity is pretty good as well, 2300. This is going to be like a 4 out of 5. I don't think it's the best secondary ever, but if you like assault rifles and you want to have one while you're sniping or something, this is a very good option. Actually, I give it a 5 out of 5. Probably the best one of all of these here. And then finally, we have the arm pistol with 223. This is kind of bad, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the arm pistol has kind of trash recoil, but this is going to be a 4 to a 6 shot instead of a 3 to a 5. And at that point, the Scorpion is kind of better. Yeah, if you guys did enjoy, that is ranking every single 223 Remington conversion in Phantom Forces. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Have a nice day.